Welcome back, folks. My name's Anthony Valentine, the Camper Nerd. Today I'm going to be showing you around this 2001 Autotrail tracker. It's on the Fiat 1.9 diesel chassis. I actually supplied it to the last lady about 18 months ago, and I did promise her it's so nice. If she comes to sell it as a change in circumstances, I'll be delighted to buy it back, and hence here it is again. It's had 5 owners. Will you be number 6? It's done 57,000 miles. Now please check the MOT history. So you can go online, it's a free MOT history check. Y338HYG Hotel Yankee Golf. The MOT history is fantastic. She had it MOT'd about 6 months ago. Really fussy MOT inspector, come up with a couple of advisories, a CV boot, a nick in a boot of a suspension pin, and they've mentioned corrosion on the driver's side offside coil spring. Well, we looked at it, my MOT looked at it, he said, there's nothing wrong with it. Oh, he says, in fact, I've got a photograph. There's a tiny little section where the black paint has come off, and he's decided to put an advisory on for that. My MOT man said, I just don't believe it. But anyway, I digress. We've attended to that. We've put a new CV boot on, just took it in for MOT. Hey presto, a new 12 months MOT with no advisories. Now, it's done 57,000 miles. I'm guaranteeing that. But if you look on the MOT history, be about 4, 5, 6 years ago, for 4 years, it went up. There was a 1 in front of the 50,000. What happened was the speedo reading, it had 2 digits missing. So it should have read 0, 5, 6, and the 3 last numbers. However, 2 digits were missing off the 0, so it looked like a 1. So for 4 MOTs, there was a 1 in front of the 5. Sounds complicated. I'll do a picture of the MOT history and the mileage, but you'll be able to see clearly. So what I did was got a new speedo pod. So the new speedo pod was fitted 18 months ago when I supplied it to the last lady owner. Hey presto, it's reading as it should do correctly. So it's just, I think it's 56,900 now, just shy of 57,000. It's lovely. So I say everything's working now. The last lady was the only thing was the diesel, the gas heater. But I've had that fixed, so everything is right. 12 months MOT, no advisories. When I supplied to the last lady, as I say, we did a full service, timing belt, fuel filter, oil change, water pump. I've got a receipt for that, so that was all carried out 18 months ago at 3,000 or 4,000 miles ago. I'll carry out another engine service before it leaves, and you'll want for nothing. It's more or less the same bodywork condition as when I sold it 18 months ago. At the end of this video, I'm just going to tag on the handover video. So this is the video I did for the lady to show her how things worked inside. The only difference is she's put an extra lock here on the habitation door. She's put some cushion protectors on the upholstery inside. I've been assured that there's nothing untoward inside, they're not hiding any marks, everything's perfect. So I'll leave those cushion protectors on, but if you want to remove them for any reason, you've got that facility. She had a little baby pug, a pug puppy, so she's done a couple of stickers here. But I can assure you inside, and I'm the world's fussiest person with smells as an ex-smoker, there's no dog hairs and there's no dog smells, it's spotless. This was the pride and joy. I think the only thing on the bodywork is it just seems to have developed a couple of cracks. There's a little bit of crack in here. Again, I'm being fussy. It is 21 years old, and a little bit of surface crack in there. So depending on your fussiness levels, you may wish to have that painted at some stage. Thetford cassette toilet, mains inlet for electricity, the Truma for the heating the hot water on gas, that's the exhaust flue. Yes. So I'll be happy again to deliver this anywhere in the United Kingdom. My name's Anthony Valentine, the Camper Nerd. 0798 526 1078 with any questions. Yeah, I'll take over the camera now. I'll just take you inside and just show you what the last lady's done to it. As I say, she's just put some cushions on inside to protect the upholstery. She's put some wallpaper on the kitchen area and fitted a couple of soap canisters. Okay, I'll take over the camera and show you inside. So, stepping back inside. It's lovely, this. So both front seats are swivel, or just the paperwork. So there's the new MOT that was just carried out a couple of days ago. New 12 months MOT with no advisories. And there's the habitation certificate, now showing that everything is working. As I say, last time, 18 months ago, the only thing that wasn't working was this gas fire, which is working now perfectly. He just had to put a new top half on control panel on this. So where this now switches, I think you go over there. Instead of going to there where the flame lights to light it, you have to press it in there. So I'll show you that on the next video. But that's all working, super toasty warm. And the last owner has also fitted a Chinese diesel heater. So we just press that on. That'll go through the cycle, and that will work off the fuel in the diesel part of the van. So the last lady, she's put this upholstery on. They had a small pug dog. Unfortunately, she's drilled 4 holes there, and I've just tried to undo that, and you can see where the tape may be pulling back on there. So if you're happy to leave that, so be it, or put a picture frame off, or you might want to remove that. And if it does peel any of the wood surface off, you might want to put a clock or another picture frame there. She's also put a little bit of wallpaper on above the cooker top there. But again, it wasn't hiding anything in the videos before, and we've damp tested it and everything is ship shape and as it should be. Other than that, the only difference is she's put 2 soap canisters, one here and one in the bathroom. Now I'm just glued on, so I don't want to take them off and create any damage, but they're not causing any problem there. Full size, massive, as I did say, it was a TARDIS. Full size, massive wet room and toilet. It's lovely, spotless all the way through, just as it was presented 18 months ago. TV, remote control, we've got various lights. How good are those? Fluorescent uplighters. I can hear the diesel heater just clicking in now. So coming back to this upholstery, underneath here I am promised it is exactly the same, in the same spotless condition, the original Autotrail matching upholstery. However, on the cushions they've had them stitched in. So if you want me to remove that before collection or delivery, I'm quite happy to remove those and show you that the cushions are exactly the same, but they are all covered and protected. As I say, they're sewn in, so I'm not going to touch it now, and that's up to you to choose. It's lovely. Even put a carpet runner inside. Yeah, I'll be delighted to sell this. I'm going to include another 3 months warranty, total warranty. That's everything inside is working as promised, as well as the vehicle. And I'll be happy to deliver this free of charge anywhere in the United Kingdom. All I ask is a lift to the nearest train station and I'll get the train back. So my name's Anthony Valentine, the Camper Nerd. 0798 526 1078 with any questions. And after this video, I will also put the handover videos that I gave to the lady 18 months ago, demonstrating how things work. I don't know whether the microphone's going to pick up that, but that now, oh yes, that's toasty warm now. So what you do now is, on these, they have to go through a full cycle, so you don't want to be switching it on and off too many times. If you had to do that, you'd have to do a reset. So that's cycling nicely now, getting warm. So to switch off, it's even got a remote control for this as well. To switch off, we press, hold it in, wait till it says off, leave it now. It won't switch off immediately, it has to go through a cool down process. But that's still pumping out hot air. It's just starting to slow down now, and that will go through the cool down process. Okay, so just to recap, this is a 2001 Autotrail tracker. The last lady 18 months ago paid £18,000. On today of filming, I believe there's only one more for sale. This is a 2001. There's only one more for sale in the country, a 2002 model, and that's also at £18,000. So that'll give you some just price guidance. But I'm happy to put my name again to this. I'll deliver it to the next owner, include a new engine service. Last year it had the full service with timing belt. It's just had the new MOT, habitation guarantee. It wants for nothing other than a new owner. Will that be you? I'm happy to answer any questions. 0798 526 1078. My name's Anthony Valentine, the Camper Nerd. I'll catch you on that next video, folks. So just this first short video via WhatsApp. I'll just do one of the outside and a couple of the inside. So starting on the near side, passenger side. So we've got fuel. Shouldn't get that mixed up because that key will be your ignition key. So one ignition key, remember, ignition key to start and the fuel. So that is your fuel diesel. Fresh water, which is a separate key. The LPG, so that's just your gas bottle. You've got room for a second one there. You've got your leveling ramps. You've got your mains hookup cable. This is just storage. Straightforward. Anti-clockwise to switch on and screw it down. Clockwise to switch it off. On the bottom, you've got two tanks. Wastewater on that side and fresh water on this side. So the fresh water you shouldn't have to drain, but if you did need, there's a pipe a little bit further on with a screw, and that can be drained the fresh water if you wished. This is the drain for the wastewater, the grey water. Easy accessible. There's just a tap there. It's not quite zooming in on the focus, but there you go. Yeah, and just turn that, so that's just the wastewater. While I'm talking about fresh water, not really advisable to drink out of this is 20 years old. You do not know what's been in that tank. Obviously showers, cleaning, washing up, no problem, or even maybe after a boiling. But what most people do, and I certainly do on my own motorhome, is take a 3 litre bottle of fresh water. Okay, standard Thetford cassette toilet, industry standard. You can actually get these as it's called a freshen up kit. So I think they're just about over £120-ish, so that gives you a new cassette and a brand new toilet seat. Some people don't like the idea, some people, it's completely down to you. Waste of plastic if you ask me, because everything's sanitised and cleaned. So just this spins round. Now that is blue, so you put blue in there, and that is actually a measuring cup. So you fill that to about 3/4 of there's on the markings on the side. Blue, put it in there, and off you go. A lot of people just leave a couple of plastic gloves in there. If when you're emptying it, spin that around, unscrew that, and just to get the last bit, you press that valve there, and that just releases the air. If for any reason this will not come out, there's the lever. You just press that lever up and pull. Don't force it. If it's not coming out, it means the pan is stuck in the inside of the toilet and someone has not closed it properly. That goes with everything with a motorhome. If it doesn't quite click or work, just stop and have a think. There's a reason behind it. Lots of children, grandchildren, make the mistake of forcing, pressing buttons and end up snapping things. Okay, so just on this side is the mains hookup. So that clicks into there. That's all nice and solid, waterproof. Just press that lever there and that'll release it. So it'll only go one way. Just click into place. It says, a bit difficult holding the camera. Click, and that's it, solid. So just to release it, press that, and that's just your winter cover for the Truma. That's for heating the hot water on gas. Okay, we'll do a next video inside. Okay, stepping inside, we just pull the manual step down. And she goes. Okay, first things first, the master control switch, very straightforward. So that's the on and the off. So that's down for on. That's now running off the leisure battery, which is under there. So if you lift this up, you lift that lever up there, there's two panels there. You just hook a finger and lift a panel and you will be able to access the leisure battery. Incidentally, when it was tested, it was on 80%, and we had a vehicle that we're selling in a couple of weeks' time just as a do-upper. So I've used that battery. So a long story short, I've put you a brand new battery in, and we're going to use that battery for the other one. So you've got a brand new leisure battery in there. Okay. So this one, two switches are the uplighters. Now, as I was saying, the uplighters are working on that side. You needed a couple of bulbs. It turned out it wasn't a bulb. One was intermittently working and one was not. So I've put you there two new LEDs. These are now out of service, these fluorescent lights. Looks nice now, actually. So they're high-powered LED lights. We did have a spare one. So there's a spare one. So at any stage, if one of these goes down, you can replace them, or you can get these. I think they're only about £15 off Amazon. You might want to replace all the three. So 1, 2, 3, 4 there. So you've got a spare one there anyway, at any time if any of these go down, or you wish to go down the LED route. That's probably the only thing that's dated from 20 years when this was manufactured is LED lighting. It's all LEDs now, but everything else is the industry standard, so you can still get parts for. Okay, so we've got the light. So you'd have all these are all the lights and the ancillaries. You'd basically have all these just override on the on and the off switch. That's the only one you'd want to touch, is the pump. So now I've got the pump on. That's the water pump. So you've got water in. Pump. I'll do a couple of videos because there we go. So hot to one side and cold to the other, and that pulls out, and if you wished, clips onto there as the shower. So we'll just switch that pump off now, it's not in use. So we've got the hot water here, switch it on there, that's the green light, and that's heating the hot water on gas. You can see there, the battery's testing out well. I'll send you a couple of videos because WhatsApp only likes less than a 5-minute video, and that is your outside light. There we go. Nothing else to show you on that control panel. So on this one, you've got the mains 240. If you're plugged in on mains, you've got a 12 volt. I'll see if I can find you a spare plug. These are readily available, or I'll ping you the link to buy yourself one. 12 volt plug, so you can plug in there any gadgets or charging units you want to use, and that'll work off the leisure battery, not off the engine battery. That's an easy rookie mistake to make, is people will park up for a few days, charge, leave the phone on charge and come to a flat battery. As long as you're charging your gadgets etc off the rear end, you're only going to charge off the leisure battery. You can drain the leisure battery completely flat. It's not going to do any harm. It's designed to go completely flat and charged, unlike an engine battery. The point I'm making, that can go completely flat. It is separated by a split charge relay from the engine battery. So in other words, if you fell asleep, left all the lights on overnight, there's no problem. All you need to do, if you're wild camping, start the engine up in the morning, and that will be charging the engine battery as well as the leisure battery. But I'm plugged in on mains now, so if you're on mains at home or on a campsite, that's charging the leisure battery as well. Next video. So yes, if you're plugged in on the mains before you go away, maybe at home up the drive or when you're on a campsite, that is doing two things. It is trickle charging the leisure battery, and it is powering up the fridge on mains. So that's the switch for the mains. That's an override switch for the fridge. Not sure why you need an override switch. In fact, the two switches for the fridge, for the electric, that one is for 12 volt when you're driving. This one is for mains electric. This side is gas. Those two, you better leave it on. Everyone does. Just leave them permanently in the one position. That means when you start the engine, you go for a drive, it'll automatically fridge. And when you plug it on the mains, whether you're at home or a campsite, it'll automatically fridge. The point I'm making about being plugged in at home before you set away on an overnight travel is this is very well insulated. If you're on the mains, it will super fridge, very cold, and that will stay in a fridge effect for at least 24 hours. So between that and driving to your destination, you shouldn't need the gas. The only time you'd need your gas is if you was wild camping, middle of nowhere, not hooked up on the grid as it were on the mains, and after 24 hours you'd want to use the gas. So all we do is switch the gas, push it in, turn it round, holding it in, press this ignite, and a couple of times. There you go. Just waiting for the, there we go, 2 times. Now, while it's lit, we're holding that in. So hold that in for 3, 4, 5 seconds. Make sure you can see the pilot light. After 3, 4, 5 seconds, let go. And make sure that's lit. And that's it. That should be fine. Okay. That's just the thermostat, so you generally have those on full. This department. Toilet, all been sanitised, all nice and clean. So as I say, if that flap is not closed, there's the flap for it. If that is open, the cartridge will not come out from the outside. So that must be closed, and that's the flush. That works off the master water tank, so it's the same water tank. Okay. Just push them, pull all the blinds, the fly nets are the same, pull down, push forward just a little bit to the outside, and they'll click into place. This also was not behaving, this fluorescent. Do you remember I mentioned the light? So we've upgraded it to a new LED. In fact, that spins round, so it's a swivel. So there's the button, on and off. That's a nice unit there. Again, fly nets. Gas oven and gas grill and hob. So we just turn the gas into there, ignite, that's what we're looking for. Hold it down for a few seconds, let go. No problem. And again, we're looking for a blue flame. Anything other than the blue flame, it just needs a quick blowout of service, so it's just got a bit of a debris or crumbs underneath. So these just pull up, you can manually pull them up and clean them out. You can see that it's spotless. That does not look like it's ever been cooked on. And the grill stroke oven is exactly the same. Just hold that in for a few seconds, let it take. Again, spotless. Just storage area, and they're override gas isolators. So if we're running at 4 minutes on this video, so if you didn't want to, if you wanted to go to sleep and you was a bit paranoid, you didn't want the gas switched on, and you didn't want to go outside in the rain for whatever reason to switch the gas bottle off of the bottle, you can just go there and switch those 4 off and isolate all the gas systems. Okay, next video. So that's more or less it for all the workings, as it were. I think you've got a couple of lights in the wardrobe that just automatically come on a contact switch. There's the freestanding table with a lever to keep it in place. That's, I believe, that one is to heat the hot water on mains. It will be. It'll be to heat the hot water on mains. That's the ZIG unit, so that just charges the leisure battery when you're plugged into the mains, and the mains fuse box if anything trips for safety. Shouldn't need to go in there. That's just for if an engineer was servicing the boiler. It's got a satellite dish on this, I think it has, or a TV aerial, so that's the lever. You can adjust that if you want to get signal. I haven't tested this, that's up to you if you want to. It looks a little bit old-fashioned, a bit out of date. You can actually get a later one with an integral DVD. It's got the standard fittings on there, so very easy. They're only just over £100 if you get a brand spanking new one from Amazon. it's got the, so you can have a play with it. And it's got all the satellite receiver and that, so that'll keep you busy for a day playing with that. So if it works, it's a bonus. If not, you've got everything in place just to put a new unit in. So I showed you where the spur LED uplighter was. You've even got a light in here. That again is on that contact switch. So there's the foil covers for the front, but you've also got the curtains, and you've got an extra filling cushion, all the paperwork, and that's the awning crank handle. So yes, you can, this actually comes out just a little bit off flush. I'm not sure whether that should be like that. If not, that's the filling cushion. That flops forward, very straightforward. This goes to here. This underneath here slides out. That comes out to there. And then those cushions will fit in there. And that will break in half or fold out half and make a big double bed. If not, you can remove that and you can use 1, 2, and that inside infill, and they will go across the back there. Large oaky roof, so it's a blackout blind as well as the fly nets. Both kept in swivel seats, quite unique. You normally only get one, so that's the lever there. Just pull that lever, I think it's push forward, and that'll spin round, and it's the same on that side, just a lever there, and this will also bring it that side. But it obviously when they're spun round, even if you're not using it, it's just creating that larger leisure space. And I think that's about it. On the windows, you just pull these levers out, push it and twist that to get that to stay solid. If you're on anywhere and you want a little bit of you didn't want any condensation or just getting a little bit of fresh air in, just put them in the centre. That'll still be watertight, but you're just getting that breeze. Okay, everything straightforward, just the cupboards. There's a cupboard here. And that's about it, really. Nothing much more to show or demonstrate. Okay.